Nice to be here. Focus for its first time, I think.
Yeah, I think it is, man. It's been too long.
Yeah, it's been way too long.
I'm glad the first time is here, and you're joining me as a co-caster for this match here. Now, we want to get this out of the way right off the bat before we jump into the match. So, with that said, now it's kind of funny because there might be people out there that are like, wait, what? Wait, BMG's playing. Wait, Super KGE cast. Wait, what? Yes. Okay. So to kind of just quickly explain it, from my understanding, well, actually, you know what, Super KG, I'll just let you kind of give the go-ahead. So you're no longer a part of Bad Monkey Gaming is the gist of it. You want to just give a short explanation here?
Sure. It all started out with me saying that I might quit after Thailand, and I was not that motivated back then. So they started looking for a new player already when I started saying this, and I understand that. And then, well, after Thailand now, they felt that I still didn't wasn't motivated enough to keep playing.
Okay.
So they wanted to make sure they have someone that will play with them as long as he can, and that was the reason why they replaced me with Limp. That they don't want to feel like that I'm gonna be leaving them just randomly.
Yeah.
So they want to be sure that they have someone to play with all the time.
Okay. So what about your future now? I mean, obviously, what's happened is happy. Do you know what you're going to be doing, or?
Not right now, but I'm gonna play for Excellent, Team Excellent, that is.
Okay.
For now, and see how that goes. And yeah, I'm gonna be looking into other things too, though. So
Okay.
I'm not too sure what it will be, but
Well, hey.
something.
You're casting here for today, so living in the moment right now.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's a good thing. No, I'm excited to have you on, man. As I had a lot of fun meeting you at, of course, the World Finals, and I've seen you several times before that, but definitely got along. And looking forward to, again, a great matchup here. So it was shocking news. It even sounds like to yourself, but hey, we have these shuffles after these big events, and this is just another one of those. So again, kind of just another quick twist on that is, so not only you no longer you're removed from BMG, but as you pointed out, we see Limp is now a part of Bad Monkey Gaming. And now the interesting thing about that is that it's like, well, wait a second, what does that mean for Stay Green? Well, simply put, I think we can safely say Stay Green is no more for the time being. I don't think there's been any official statements. All I know is that Swino Melt has, of course, publicly announced that he is going to be quitting the competitive pawn scene, or just competitive gaming in general, even, from my understanding. Limp is obviously now part of BMG. Jesse and Minos are doing their own thing, and then Z-Freak, I haven't even heard. I don't know. But basically, simply, you can safely assume that maybe no more for the time being. But hey, again, things happen after big events. That's kind of the transition we're in now. We just recently announced our upcoming event that I'm really excited about. Hopefully the community is too. And we'll actually have more information on that after tomorrow's match. Anyway, Super KG, enough about all this nonsense and rambling and everything. We got a match here.
Yeah,
we got a match
let's do
here.
it.
That's what matters. Okay, so with all that said, excited to be here once again. This is a best out of 3. So let's take a look. Let's see what's happening with the bands. Ophelia, Kronos, Puppet Master, and what was the first band actually?
Warbeast.
Was it Warbeast? Okay, so
Yeah.
Warbeast also banned out. What about that?
I guess it's mainly because Keza is playing a really good War Beast, scouting all the time with the Wolves, and I think I'm probably gonna ban it too against him.
Is that joke ever going to run its course?
I don't think so.
it's always going to be a thing. No, yeah, it's, okay, so obviously the thing that I've been really excited for after the World Finals and everything is not only, with new events coming up, but the patch. I mean, we had a huge patch. Patch 3.4 happened. A lot of changes took place. We're going to constantly be bringing that up, not only through this cast, I'm sure, but through future casts to come over the next weeks and months even. So Warbeast, I mean, he did get kind of changes. They're really trying to push him maybe towards more of a jungler. Do you think Warbeast has that jungle presence now, or is he still a very solid suicide laning option?
I feel like he's still a solid suicide. I haven't really seen him yet in the jungle, even though the changes I think was pretty good. But I think we can see him in the jungle now again.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure how it's going to work out though, because I've never seen it yet. So
Yeah.
I want to see it.
They keep buffing it. They're like, guys, play him in the jungle. That's what the balance team I feel like is saying. They keep on suggesting it with all the changes that have been happening. So again, we'll see. But obviously not going to see it here as it was banned. So enough of that. The initial pick was Rhapsody, then into Torturer, Wretched Hag into Kraken, Drunken Master into Pharaoh. That followed up with Moon Queen Tempest, Corrupted Solstice, Empath Keeper of the Forest, and then Parasite coming up for BMG with a follow. So you kind of see how it's developing so far. Bans and picks. What are you noticing here, Super KG?
Well, I feel like this is gonna be pretty. I don't think this is gonna be a pretty intense game because you can see they're going with Parasite. That means they want to fight a lot early, get pickoffs and stuff like this. But as you can see on the Hellborn side, they're also picking pretty much defensive stuff. So they're gonna try to play defensive. I think they're gonna pick a hard carry now. Probably, and go with 2 dual lines, send a Pharaoh Suicide maybe, or maybe they might even try to go with the Trident. I'm not too sure though.
Okay. See, I mean, Martyr though, man, what
Yeah.
they've hinted at it. I mean, what's to do with Martyr?
I don't know. I don't think he's that good of a hero. He's a pretty situational hero in my opinion. Here in this case, I'm not too sure how big of a fan I is. Big fan of this because. I see like a good point because Legion doesn't have too many stuns, so they can't really interrupt in that easy. But
Yeah.
I still feel like he's not that strong. So.
I've always been a huge fan of Martyr personally. I mean, I love the aggressive nature of the hero. As you said, with the what is it called? I like to call it Immolation because it looks like the same kind. Anyways, Retribution, as it's called. You know, the saving capabilities with not only the Guardian Angel, but of course the hand in hand. And again, there was this going around at the World Finals. The counter to Parasite, I guess. So I think that's what Sync may be going with here. They see Parasite, yeah, going to try to counter it in that sense. Again, I'm not 100% certain on why that ultimately is the case. I know they kind of explained the reasoning a little bit, but I honestly forgot. It was a long time ago, and a lot went on. So we'll see. We'll see what Martyr brings to the table.
I agree.
More Axis. Final pick, followed by Malakin. We've seen that before with Sync Esports, though. Flensmeister has played that. So BMG's lineup, though. We'll start with them here, Super KG, now that it's finished up. What do you make of it? How'd they do?
They're probably going to send Jonas Suicide as normal, and then Fusi bottom, dual lane mid with Meraxis and Rhapsody. Their mid lane is pretty much unkillable, especially by Hellborn's heroes. They have no damage at all. Early game, that is. They need to be like winning team fights with Kraken, LT, and stuff like this.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to be able to kill the Meraxis. So they're just going to farm up, get a peek on him, and then try to pick off everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, Limp kind of going back to his old school days of playing mid more again.
Yeah.
Rather than Suicide, so that is interesting to see. So team fight synergy, you think the Legion team has the advantage in is where you're kind of getting at here?
Yeah, I think they won the draft pretty big, actually. It all depends now on the laning phase. If Pharaoh gets enough farm early in early levels so he can go... Because, as you can see, their team is more like defense team. So every time Legion is going to try to go for a kill, they need to be TP readies and go in there and then get a counter kill. Yeah. Or at least 2 maybe even. And then push a tower. So that's the feeling I get out of their team. Legion team is like more offensive, try to get pick up, then maybe get a tower. So. All
right, we'll see. We'll see. Sync Esports, though. Again, Flensmeister, he has history playing that Malakin. So, again, that final pick Malakin here. What do you like Malakin? Do you think he can be a good carry here? Do you think it makes sense here?
Yeah, I think it makes sense here. He's really tanky with his ulti, so as soon as he uses ulti, there's no way a Drunken is going to be able to go on him and kill him all alone, because he's going to be so much armor, and then he's going to die instead. So I think it's like they need to be kiting them a bit in team fights until the Malakin ulti is like wear off, and then they can kill him pretty easy, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something we always got to remember about the Malakin Ultimate, as you're kind of saying there with the armor buff. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. It goes up to, what, it's like 60 armor, I think? Yeah, 60 armor at level 4.
Yeah.
That makes him like, you might as well not auto-attack him for those first couple seconds, because it's going to basically do no damage at that point. But yeah, as it goes on, obviously it eventually wears off after 5 seconds, as you see there. But yeah, when he goes that ulti form, not only does it do the fear effect, gives him that splash AoE, but and the range, but yeah, it gives him the armor buff, so it makes him a very difficult target to want to continue to focus on, at least initially. off the bat. But yeah, obviously I'm excited though, seeing support here on Martyr, seeing what he's going to bring to the table. Like I said, we heard about this, but we never actually saw it in action at the World Finals. So, you know, this is going to be completely thrown out there, Super KGE, but we haven't seen a level 1 Kongor for the longest time, it feels like, and
Oh yeah, that's true.
and Farrell's a good candidate for it. But also, the reason why I bring this up, Martyr, apparently there's a trick he can do with Martyr with his passive, I believe it is, where he actually, or no, it's his wings. It's his wings that he still gets experience after death.
Yeah, I know. I've
Okay.
heard about this. They did this in a tournament, if I don't remember, or a scrim or something.
Yeah.
I remember they did this against us. So he
What?
died, used his wings, and then
Okay.
everyone got level 3 or something.
I
It's pretty
remember
ridiculous.
we saw a team try to do it and it failed, and so that's where we're like, what the hell are they doing? But then we realized after, they're like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. But so yeah, I haven't actually seen it work, but as you're saying, so it seems like it's happening against you guys. Oh boy, that could be pretty powerful if that's the case. But
Yeah, that was a rough game for sure.
I don't think it's happening though. They're not doing it.
It doesn't look like it.
Damn it! Why are we even here? Why are we casting this? Screw this. What are they doing?
Yeah.
Playing serious and everything. All right, so Farrell's going to lead the way at the bottom lane. So you see what's going on here. Sync Esports, they want to get aggressive. They don't have a jungler, unlike BMG, of course. So the typical let's try to block all the camps against Handskin, even though he's godlike at countering those wards. But we'll see.
Yeah, I think this is going to be interesting. See how they do this, because as I pointed out, they're going to lane exactly the way I said. They're going to have duo mid and then parasite their own jungle and try to kill mid sometimes now and then. So if they don't succeed to block too many camps, I think they're going to have a pretty hard time surviving mid lane.
Yeah. Now, it's obviously kind of cool not only having you're just great insight in general, but you were part of BMG. I'm actually curious, what is it like playing with Hanskin when it comes to the jungle? Does he ever complain about the wards being getting countered constantly, or is he just kind of quiet with that and just does his own thing?
No, he doesn't say anything about that either. He just do his own thing pretty much, I guess. And then sometimes when I was playing, then I asked can you come now? And he said yes or no, and then we did our thing.
Yeah.
So-
Alrighty then. What do we got down here? Wretched Hag, gonna be that? Is that a new skin? Jeez, I swear, I know I have ADD when it comes to this, but what the hell? Is he in a freaking teapot or something? What? It's just floating around. I don't even know, man. Anyways, gonna be short lane against Farrell right there. So you think that's gonna be a one match? Oh, let's talk about the middle match. That's where it's always good. Anyways, 2 versus 2 mid. We got Rhapsody Moraxis versus Kraken Torturer.
Yeah.
How do you see that one playing out?
I feel like any lane can win. It all depends how they manage. But I'd say the Legion has the upper hand, Moraxis and Rhapsody. But they can absolutely die if they make a mistake.
Yeah. What would be the reason for that, though? It's just Moraxis is the better last hitter in this case, or?
No, I feel like Rhapsody is way stronger support, and Moraxis is a lot better laner than Kraken in a duo lane.
All right.
So it's all about that, I guess.
Well,
But the
yeah.
thing is, if they can charge someone back to the tower or something ridiculous, they are gonna die and then they lose the lane, of course. But
Yeah.
that gotta happen first. So.
See right there, Torture kind of poking in against Rhapsody and throwing a stun out and a little bit of auto attack harassment. But yeah, going to keep a close eye on that as usual in a 2v2 matchup, especially mid. As it's been said for the longest time, and that's the lane that really determines or helps determine success for either team. Depending on how that goes. You see the top lane, Drunken Master, Jonas a fan. He's taking a lot. I mean, again, this is a big power of Martyr. He, I guess, in this case, a very good babysitter. Really, I mean, the retribution. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's
Constantly comes
really
out.
a lot of damage. And I thought they would actually be able to kill Jonas there if Flens was manning up. I
Yeah.
don't know why I didn't do that, but maybe he has his reasons. Also, as you can see on Jonas, he's a lot of regen on him.
Jeez, yeah.
9 threes plus 1 pot.
Yep, he was definitely given the regen to work with in the end. So he's currently below half life. He is eating a tree, and obviously he does have the drunk charges. As there you go, actually. Gonna regen with that. But yeah, maybe a level 3 point. We'll see a possible initiation. Martyr not going any other skill just yet. I wonder. I assume he's just sitting on that, not going stats either. But just gonna wait for the
probably.
time. Actually, I don't know. Maybe he did go stats. No. Just a 2-mana totem. No, I don't think he did.
You can't see that somehow?
No, Spectator? No.
Ah, okay.
Welcome to the other side, Super KG.
Yeah, thanks.
It's a little different. And then you got your bottom matchup. He throws chickens. Okay, so apparently this is a chicken throwing version of Wretched Hag. She in this matchup, Pharaoh versus Hag, you think it's just pretty even back and forth? Pharaoh should do decent, or?
Fire should be okay early levels, but as soon as Hag gets more levels, I think it's going to be harder for him to stay in the lane. Also, there's a parasite effect to it. Like, he can come and gank, and as Pharaoh has no ward, seeing him, he's going to have a rough time if they decide to go.
Yeah. Well, again, so kind of poking in right there. Overall, right now, 14-3 Hag, 14-1 Pharaoh. So yeah, Casey not doing too shabby. He does have that one health potion left. We'll see if it comes time for that, but uh-oh. As I say that, you got the Parasite and the Vagabond leader. He's looking.
Yeah,
Here we go. The nuke coming out right here. This is possibly going to be a bloodlust kill. Casey trying to make the moves, puts the mighty walls up with the Hellfire. Maybe go for a turn kill, but it's just not going to happen. Too much damage. Fuzi with the credit for the kill right there. Playing the Wretched Hag. Oh, yeah, middle lane, actually. Moraxis. So he gets caught with the chain reactions. Kraken does not have a stun. He used it to get him there in the first place, and as a result, Moraxis will be able to walk it off and be fine. So, good start for BMG there. Bloodlust at the bottom.
Yeah, that was pretty good. It's as I expected. He was going to die if he doesn't have a ward from the Parasite. And I was kind of expected that Limp actually got charged almost into the tower. If he would get hit by get charged into the tower, he would die there.
Yeah.
But as it was just, okay, bottom lane. Or
bottom rune area, you see Parasite coming in right here. Tortur's going to end up falling. Nice axe landed by Limp right there. And the final auto attack to finish him off. Kraken charging away Parasite, but obviously way too late in the end. Top lane in the meantime, Drunken Master. Malikan has a sword throw in 8 seconds, but they're not going to die further. Back to the bottom rune. Keizu ends up going down. I actually was looking at the top lane, but what happened?
have no idea. I have no idea what he was doing there or thinking, because he walked through the river from bottom lane to the rune, and there was 3 people from Legion, and even 4, I mean. So I had no idea what he was thinking there, but...
Huh. Well
weird.
then, Jonas fan also dies at the top lane, though, so you look at Martyr barely surviving. But able to... I actually just missed it on camera, unfortunately, but Martyr, again, that's another dangerous thing about Martyrs. You get him low, that even increases the power of that retribution, so it's one of those cases you can definitely have a big turnaround, which may have happened right there, but... uh-oh, middle lane here, KG. You think they can do this with this Invis, or...?
Parasite's coming in with the Nimbus too, so I think, yeah, they're gonna go for it. They probably have enough damage, unless that Torture's done. And they might get the
impalement, Kraken going for the turn kill! No, it's not gonna happen! Moraxis, yes it will! He goes down. Kraken does fall though, but also did Parasite, so I think Sync is fairly happy with the outcome when it's all said and done in the end.
Yeah, I think they, like, the Torture stun was perfect, exactly when he jumped out of the Wild Hunter there, so that I think that was just pretty lucky, but it was really good for them though.
Yeah.
They got a lot on that.
Yeah, so that obviously worked out again very well and kind of slows things down overall. The lead was starting to get up there for BMG for early game, but now after that, about 6 minutes in, you know, not the biggest goalie by any means. A slight advantage lead in terms of experience though for the Legion side, but again, having a jungler will naturally have that increased if things are going at least even, so have that working for them. Anything standing out? What about the? You know what? Actually, well, it's a little slower right here. So Parasite in the jungle. Again, it's going to the patch. The jungle got changed around quite a bit. There was neutrals that were added. As I'm saying this, the Minotaur stun's gonna miss. Oh, he almost caught Torturer, but Torturer just able to kind of sidestep it. I think Hansko was very, just saw him at the corner of his eye and went for it, but missing right there. Do you think any of the new minions are going to do anything in terms of Parasite's impact, or is it more so going to be the same?
I think right now everyone is going to be using the same creep as before, because they don't really try to dare to use any of the creeps. But I feel like the new creeps are a bit too weak still to be trying to use them. I'm not too sure. Like I haven't really seen it because I don't play Young as well, so I don't really know too much about it. But my feeling is that it's not worth getting.
Wretched Hag blinking away. Will Stone is a fan? No, he cannot. Pharaoh coming in with the TP and able to set up some turn kills. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, the Duke at the one kill on Torture. They're going for 2. Kraken trying to get away. One more auto attack, maybe all the axe lands, and Limp picks up credit right there. So kind of a 1-for-1 exchange between the two teams. Make that a 2-for-1 actually, as also Torture died, of course. So, yeah, in favor of Bad Monkey Gaming. Again, they lose Jonas at the top lane, but they win the middle lane in terms of what goes down there.
Yeah. Did you see what happened with Tag? I didn't notice what he did because he come from top lane now.
Well, yeah, he was at the top lane as they jumped onto Drunken Master. I don't know if they noticed that they were both there. Maybe they did, but she just blinked away. Jonas Fan died, obviously, and then she headed towards mid. But
oh, okay, I see.
I don't think she did anything too special there as far as Fuzi. But yeah, Fuzi's spending a lot of time with that set going into the top lane.
Yeah, that was my point because he randomly came running from the top rune, so I'd miss where he came from.
Yeah, they must have been trying to set up a kill themselves, obviously, with like the bat blast or something. But good timing from Sync Esports, more so by Keizu playing the Pharaoh. That's what you like to see. How's Malikan's farm going? What do we got? 405 gold per minute. Last I checked, that's pretty good.
That's actually a lot of assets.
Is he?
Also, he got 1 kill, right? No, 1 assist.
Oh, 1 assist, yeah. So yeah, not too bad. What do you expect to see? I mean, the Whispering Helm, it seems like that's usually the go-to, but, you know, Insanitary is first item Shrunken even if they feel necessary. What would you think here?
I know Flensmars, he likes to farm a lot, so he's probably going to go with first item Whispering Helm.
Yeah.
And then it might be Shrunken, it depends how it goes now, early game. Or he's going to go with Insanitaries and then into Shrunken, and then PK. He loves to go PK in that hero.
Okay. Well, we'll see what he does eventually. I mean, he's sitting on 1,600 gold, so obviously he has enough at least for one of the components of the Whispering Hill, if that's what he's going for, but also just so focused. Oh, middle lane, this is interesting. Wild Hunter's here. That is their own Rev Ward, so he is not spotted. There's the opening on the Kraken. He cannot charge because of the silence. Morax's good dodge with the sidestep on the chain reactions. He's going close enough. The Morax's main chest explodes, and down goes Kraken. At what cost, though? You do see a Parasite getting counter-killed, and now the Mummy Walls go up as they catch Moraxis. Keizu here to save the day with the Wrath of the Pharaoh initially. He is in a lot of trouble. The Hellfire doing some work. He does have a haste rune activated, and actually is going to be able to make the juke to get away initially. In the meantime, Malakin chasing down Rhapsody. Throw him to Soul will scot him out. The sword throw, yes, it connects, and that should be a dead DJ Rhapsody, as we see right there. Slapped, actually, getting credit for the kill. So, Sync Esports able to fight back right there. You think they came out on top in the end?
Yeah, they did, but I think Flensmeister did the wrong mistake there to try to go for Rhapsody with his first sword throw, as he missed also, and that made Limp get away, as he could just go for him instead and get the safe kill, but he tried to get another one, and I felt like that was a wrong thing to do, because they could just secure the kill on Limp and make his PK get a lot later.
Yeah. Just to clarify, guys, I know the bot in the channel, I'm actually having trouble being able to access to update it, but it is Super KGE as a co-caster. Snooey was the last cast, so they are both Swedish, I believe. Actually, is Snooey Swedish? I don't even know. Anyways.
Yeah, he's Swedish.
Is he? Okay, so, but anyways, it is Super KGE that is joining us for this cast right here, so again, to clarify that. As far as that's concerned. But hey, and you know, we got some good action here. Again, this is a good matchup that we'd expect some solid action, so definitely not disappointing in that sense. And we're going to try once again in the middle lane, but no, it's just not going to happen. Moraxis, overall, Limp right now, about 300 gold per minute. Do you think he's actually been doing solid? I mean, 2-1-4, looking pretty good for BMG.
Yeah, he's doing okay for the mid lane. It's just that some of the kills, they've been like dying and stuff unnecessary, but I think they're all doing okay mid lane so far.
Oh, the hand-in-hand saving the day. That's one of the many powers of Modern, kind of unique in that sense. Moraxis in the meantime, big job with the protected melody, but will it be enough to save him in the end? He's still alive. A big bat blast counter coming out from Fuzi, though. They do get the kill on Moraxis, but at what cost for them? They're going to try to run away. Jonas Fan going crazy, though, in the background. Drunken Master, he doesn't have Unbreakable, but it doesn't matter. Modern will fall right there, but actually it does matter. He is going to go down as the power against him is too much. So BMG getting very dive-heavy right there, especially near the end, and we see the end result. But again, Martyr coming through despite dying in the end result. The hand-in-hand, baby. That's a good power right there.
That was a great ulti from him.
Yeah.
That made the fight turn around pretty heavily for them. If that ulti would have been cancelled or not even been there in the first place, that would have been, I think, a genocide for BMG. So big plays for support there.
Yeah. Martyr definitely showing his worth right there. Oh, going back to the Ancients, I just went off for a second because it was actually at the top rune. as I do that, there's a one call on a Pharaoh. They take out Malikan, and they're going to finish off the rest of the Ancients, maybe? Yeah, they probably will right here. So that's unfortunate for Sync. They get caught out trying to get some farm after the fact. And it kind of bites them in the ass right there, as bottom tower will also fall in favor of the Legion team, excuse me. So, I mean, despite that fight maybe going in favor of Sync, the big picture, BMG comes out on top.
BMG comes out on top now, for sure. It's all about... I'm not too sure how they noticed they were doing the Asians, because they have no ward, they had no vision, like in the river or anything. Maybe Hanscom was scouting with the Wild Hunter? I'm not too sure.
Yeah. I'm not too sure, yeah. I didn't
very lucky if he was scouting there. Perfect timing.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't catch it until they were kind of going at it, watching action at the top rune, and all of a sudden ended up killing them. So, yeah, good job. Whatever happened in terms of the scouting, as you were saying right there, in their favor. So, Malikan, again, he does die right there. I believe he at least got a couple of the Ancients before it happened, so it wasn't the absolute worst-case scenario, but he is still farming 400 gold from it is my ultimate point. He has a Whispering Helm, he has another 1,000 gold saved up, so he still is looking pretty strong in that sense. I mean, this game has been a pretty active game so far, so I mean, as far as both teams are concerned, we'll start more so for BMG here, Super KGE. What do you think they need to do in terms of where they're at right now? How should they be playing this?
I think they should just keep farming until they have the PK on Meraxes, because then that's like when they're gonna shine with their team. Because if he also Hag is almost level 11, when he gets 11 plus a PK on them,
yeah.
If he gets a two-man stand, they're both dead for sure. They can't do anything about it, unless there's a martyr standing behind and ulting again. But yeah, I feel like they should just like play safe, get a PK on him, and if they get an opportunity to gang someone, they should definitely do it because they have so much like burst damage from Hag, Parasite.
Yeah.
So
they have the.
It seems like also they focus a lot on the mid lane, as you can see here.
Yeah, they are. They really are putting a lot of priority. That is very true. Again, they got the bottom tower. No one was there to actually help kill those when they were killing them off the Ancients, but yeah, the neutral creeps were doing enough right there. In the meantime, Drunken Master, never mind. That's just an illusion up there. The real Drunken Master is actually farming the Ancients, which currently does have a ward of sight blocking any further stats. So we'll see if that gets countered here in the near future or not. As far as the Hellborn team, again, you got Malikan doing very, very well, but outside of him, not as well. It definitely drops off quite a bit. So now the other side of the spectrum here, KGE, what do you think? Where do you think Sync goes? I mean, obviously farm a Malikan, but how do they play this?
I think they're just gonna be doing their own thing. They want to get a peek on Kraken as well, but as his farm is like way behind, I think they need to wait for BMG to make a mistake, and then Pharaoh go peek like TP's in and then hook someone and get like maybe 1 or 2 kills, then push a tower after that. Or they can either try to push the top towers.
Yeah.
Because they haven't been trying to get that at all so far.
Well, they're still in the Ancients right here, and actually, they do successfully end up taking them out. So a little bit of gold swing in their favor, taking it away from BMG.
Also interesting that if you notice, Sealkit walked like right next to support, and I'm not too sure why they didn't kill him because he was all alone when he placed that ward. They could catch him pretty easily with the sword throw from Malikan.
Yeah. Maybe just didn't want to risk starting a fight right there on their side, if anything. But
yeah, probably.
Just for a kill on the Rhapsody. But yeah, so plan is safe in that sense. But hey, they did get the Ancients, at least the rest of them. And they could meanwhile at the bottom lane. Yeah, Pharaoh's in trouble right here. Baplos coming out, trying to stay alive long enough. TPs are coming in, but Mata could not get there in time. He was ready for the wings of the hand-in-hand, but just could not get there. And the Legion team will start falling back. So that's kind of what you're talking about. I mean, BMG just look for a possible gank. They find one clearly down there at the bottom lane, and they successfully come through with it. Malikan, he's just pushing the top lane, as you were also mentioning. And so Sync going to be good with that. Puzzle box being worked on by Hanskin, by the way. Well, actually, middle lane. TP's coming in. Matrix activated. They're going to chase this back as the TPs do port all the way. Drunken Master initiates on a Kraken right there, pushes him back, and Wretched comes in to help clean it up. Chain reactions will hit Meraxes, but doesn't really matter further than that as Parasite also gets back. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, a good catch right there in the middle.
Talking about the puzzle box on Parasite, I think that's always almost best to go. I think it's always better than a Codex at least, because when you get level 3 puzzle box and start hitting people with that, it's insanely amount of damage. It's I think most other junglers underestimate that a lot. I know Hanskin loves to go it because he want to go in and fight all the time. So he just jumps in the passive box and run right-clicking people.
Yeah, gives you that sense of invulnerability, you know, not being able to take damage yourself.
Yeah.
With the minion next to you at whenever you want to use it. So, yeah, he finishes it right there, actually. So has a level 1, and even at level 1, still a very, very dangerous threat.
Yeah, I agree. Its mana burn is great also.
Yeah. And again, a while back, they changed it to where they could also now counter ward. Not as effectively as a level 3 one, but the radius is still small, but hey, they still have the ability to do so. So seeing Invis. Portal key picked up by Moraxis, by the way. You can tell they're baiting out Rhapsody big time here. They're like, Rhapsody's free farming middle lane. Don't worry about her. Please don't jump
way
her.
too obvious.
Yeah, you think?
Like he's standing uphill. All alone. Yeah.
I think it's a trap.
There's a team fight going on now, though. Oh, everyone is here.
Maybe. Okay, make something happen here. Martyr, he's kind of on the up. Rhapsody getting a little ballsy. Seal Kid kind of checking it out, but in the end, doesn't really hurt. Just kind of get some vision. Jonas a fan busy pushing the top, and he's kind of been struggling this game. Only 190 gold per minute, and get understandably, but his impact hasn't been the most so far. You think Jonas fan will recover? I mean, do you think he has been a little bit disappointing, or is it just it's understandable?
I think it's understandable. He's playing against Martyr top and then a Torture in mid. So I think that their support is pretty, like, a lot of damage output if he tried to go on them. Because Torture has his Impalement and he has his Retribution. Yeah. So I think he's doing okay. He might have been off a little bit better if he didn't die that early, but it's understandable. Kiz was up there with the Naughty, so...
Yeah.
So I think he's doing fine.
Well, obviously a pause coming out, just a quick Skype DC right there, but it looks like they're going to be good to go. And a second, there we go. Wretched Hag, though, Grimoire Power is in the works. Has the Blessed Orb, has the Life Brand, of course. So one step away from finishing that. And, you know, pretty good timing with that said. Usually, you know, you get around the level 16 mark, went up, but even going to have it shortly before that at this rate. So 414 gold per minute will show up. But again, you keep looking back at Malikan, Flensmeister, 478 gold per minute for him. He has a full Shrunken Head now on top of the Whispering Helm. There could be action top lane, by the way. Moraxis, no. He activated the Matrax, but they could not get the jump off. Pharaoh, I think, was the intended target, but that's probably almost good that that didn't happen because, again, Malika was nearby, and that could have backfired. Yeah, it still might actually get worse. There's the Wrath of the Pharaoh. Will they be able to do enough damage on the follow-up? Moraxis goes in. He won't have any mana currently as a result of that, and that will be the end. So I almost think that was a blessing in disguise that they didn't go initially.
Yeah, I feel like they could have maybe one-shotted him if they went, like, straight away, but as they were hesitating a bit, I felt like it was good that it didn't go at all.
Yeah. So
I do agree with that.
They fall back, and they are fine for now. But again, Malikan going to go back to farming. So you mentioned Portal Key possibly on Malikan. So you think that that could be the follow-up now?
I think so, yeah. Or Insanitarius. I feel like you should go Portal Key though. Because they need more initiation, as Kraken is not going to get one anytime soon here.
Speaking of Kraken, he ain't no more. He just melts right there. Malikan, though, in the meantime, he goes in. A big ultimate coming out right here. He scatters a couple of big heroes. Rhapsody in trouble, as well as Wretched Hag. Rhapsody will fall. Wretched Hag able to blink away. She will survive for the time being. Drunken Master, they're just scattering, man. BMG's like, get away from us, Malikan, especially in your ulti form. The sword throw is not going to connect, and he's not going to be able to chase any further. In the background, though, Limp actually comes back in and is able to pick off Slapped right there. So, I mean, big picture, it's only been a 1-for-1 so far, and they only lost Rhapsody. So that seemed like that could have been a lot worse for BMG.
I do agree with that, but Kraken died and bought back, so it's basically a 1-for-2 for BMG.
He did. Wow. Okay.
So that's something you need to be picturing, because that delays his PK even more, as he only has 500 gold right now.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big thing.
Yeah, that's obviously a pretty big deal about that fight. So yeah, here I'm sitting. That could have even been worse for BMG. I mean, not only was it not worse, it was just even better than I even realized. So, wow, Bad Monkey Gaming able to make some big plays here in the middle lane, and I think that they have their biggest golden experience lead so far, as far as game number 1 is concerned. So,
also, it was pretty big that Fusi just got his Grave More right before the fight. but I felt like they didn't need to use everything on the Meraxes because they used like pretty much everything, just Bat Blast and the whole Meraxes combo,
Yeah.
and even I think they did something else on him too, but I'm not too sure now. It's just a little bit too much, I feel like, but they won the team fight and everything, so they're ahead for sure.
I got to get your insight on this here, Super KG. We don't actually see any here, but we do. Hey, how's I would say? Torture has an Ion Stone first off, and actually so does Martyr. So there's 2 Ion Stones here on the Hellborn side, and then they even spell some to the other. But what about Ion Stone though?
I was just about to say that before, but then the team fight started that they both had one. I think they're the only team that buys it right now.
Okay.
And I feel like it's worth getting at least one on each team on the support, as the buff you can give is insanely good if you can use it effectively in a team fight.
Yeah.
How many seconds do you, like, if you give someone a haste, is that like for 4 or 5 seconds?
I would not know it off the top of my head. Yeah, it's like in a spurt. It's definitely not obviously forever, but
I think it's like for 4 seconds or something.
Yeah.
And if you can use that pretty good, then you can catch up very, very easily early game, especially because then everyone has pretty low movement speed. And if you have a haste that you can use 2 times for 10 seconds or something like this, it's very easily to catch up.
Yeah, it's you got that. You got the invis style, so you can go for like aggressive ganks.
And the DD.
Yeah, the double damage. Yeah, we actually saw that. I forget exactly what event it was. Obviously, within these last couple of weeks, but we saw where they were pushing into the base. I think it was Panty was the one that had it actually for Reason, and he spread it around to his teammates as they were pushing into the base. And maybe it was support, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe it was support. So, but he was spreading it around as they're pushing in, and obviously you could just tell like, it's ridiculous when that many people have a double damage rune activated. So, yeah, powerful tool. Now, Spell Center, again, the other item that was introduced to tournament rules in patch 3.4. What are your thoughts of Spell Center? Do you think it has a possibility, or is it just one of those?
I think it's on certain heroes, like TB for example, but I don't know for what else there is. Some people are saying that it's really good on Shredder. I've never seen it on Shredder myself, but people are saying that it's really good on him. So I've never bought it on any hero yet, so as I don't play those kind of heroes.
Come on, KG, come on. Gotta buy it.
I need to
go Slither.
I need to play all of the roles now.
I'll carry you next game. We'll get it taken care of.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Bottom lane, there's a Wild Hunter coming in here. Plus egg.
Uh-oh. Yeah, they're trying to find another target. Once again, Pharaoh is going to be that candidate. Uh-oh. Where's the opening? There's a bat punch in the face immediately. And Casey's like, wait, what the hell just happened? That was some good old-fashioned burst. And yet again, Martyr points in trying to save the day, but this time he wasn't even close. I mean, Casey just got bursted right there. So, yeah, good show of their burst, and this should be a bottom tower push, it looks like. Unless...
And mid tower as well, it seems like.
Oh, yeah, that could be. Group up and push that in. So it seems like BMG's really starting to get their groove going now. Here in game one.
They're starting to get their items ready. A Bulwark just picked up on Jonas as well. So they got pretty much everything they need. And also soon Hellflower and Limp.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty big.
Hellflower or Spell Shards? Probably.
I think it's Spell Shards for sure.
Obviously.
First.
No, but seriously, I mean, Hellflower, a good pickup. It makes sense.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. If they can jump, when they have the Hellflower, they can jump Flensmeister. Without that, there's no way they can jump him. Yeah. He's just going to get it shrunken off in time.
Very true. And again, speaking of Flensmeister, he's still keeping that GPM very consistently high. In fact, he's slightly been passed by Wretched Hag by now, but still up there. 480 gold per minute just about. There's the right click of the Insanitaria. So this is kind of that holy trinity for Malakin, I think it's safe to say, honestly. You got your Whispering Helm, your Insanitarius, your Shrunken Head. These are, once he has these items, he's very, very deadly, and he's level 16 on top of that. So, I mean, what do you... what do you think? If you're Sync here, is this the time? Like, you go do something, because are you going to get much better? So,
well, they just bought a PK now on Kraken as well, and I feel like they have 2k pulled up on Pharaoh as well, but I'm not too sure what he's buying. It looks like he's going for a barbed armor, as buying a puzzle box in this case would be pretty stupid in my opinion.
Better not do that. Okay.
I think they can go now, yeah.
I was going to say, so should they wait for that, or is it now, do you just go? Because,
well, by the looks of it, they can get a really big team fight down here bottom lane right now if they just go, because they're missing them.
Oh, here we go. Flensmeister coming with the flank. Drunken Master is going to get caught, but look at BMG. They're not looking to fight this, at least. Maybe. Wretched Hag off to the side is there, but she thought about it. You could tell. She's like, I got a perfect bat blast lined up, but probably not the best case. They fall back from there. So, good pickup. Oh, yeah. We're Axis.
See him, though, if he walks too far.
They want to fight this. Do they? He doesn't have a buyback on Trunkets. This is risky here from PMG, I feel. I mean, Malakin still has all his cooldowns. There we go. The jump on Pharaoh. Here comes the reaction. They will burst out Pharaoh, but at what cost for Malakin? He missed the sword throw. He does pour it in, though. There goes the ulti form. Protecting Malakin. Going to be stopped immediately. And look at the damage coming out from Malakin. Moraxis will just melt right there. Rhapsody doesn't really stand a chance, but in the background, they do pick off Torture, does BMG. Here comes Parasite in. Big bat blast coming out from Fuzi. But the hand-in-hand once again, helping to save the day. But look at the puzzle box minions. The Mauler explosion kills off Malakin. The auto attack to finish off Martyr. And Pharaoh, after the buyback, he now has to run away again. He does not want to die once again as they're chasing, though. Parasite really wants to make him pay, but I don't think it's going to happen. Wow. I mean, the patience there from BMG. Come back in the end. That was
they
big.
just waited for a perfect pickup there, and they got it perfectly on Kezu.
Yeah. And you talked about the puzzle box, especially with Parasite earlier. We really saw the power right there. The Mauler did a lot of work, and the explosion, obviously, again, the level 3 bat blast from Wretched Hag. As I'm rambling on here, we saw what happened right there. They tried to go for a kill on a Parasite, and that proved to be a bad decision for Sync Esports. So BMG, I think they're feeling pretty confident now.
They're looking pretty good right now, yeah. I feel like they can do Congo pretty soon. They're just going to counter one, and they're going to go for it when they have the spells up and stuff like this, because I feel like after that team fight, they're too far ahead for Sync actually to try to take a team fight. If they should do something to come back in this game, they need to get a pickup on either Hag or Moraxis and then push a tower. Also, Limp did buy back in that team fight. It was not really a big buyback, but they got a kill at bottom lane afterwards, so I think it's okay anyway.
This pickup here by Parasite actually goes Abyssal Skull, so helping out the team here overall. Think it makes sense?
I know Hanskin likes to go Abyssal always after he gets his puzzle book level 3, mainly because it gives lifesteal on his minions, but also the Abyssal is really good teamfight item, and as you're inside of the minion, you're pretty much always in the teamfight with them, because you're just like right-clicking their carry or some sort of like this. So I think it's a really good pickup.
What else was I going to bring up? Oh, yeah, well, actually, so this game, again, speaking of the patch, Energizer definitely got some hit in the recent patch, and it definitely got nerfed in several places, and Energizer was an item we saw pretty much every game, guaranteed at least one, if not multiple, between the two teams. We don't see an Energizer here. Do you think it could be at a point where Energizer may not be a popular pickup anymore, or is it this just happened to be a game we don't see it?
I think it's a bit like this is the game we don't see it. As you can see, they're every hero. There's no agility hero at all, and I don't feel like any team needs it, because Drunken Master is too fast. He doesn't need the movement speed. Puzzle box doesn't really need it either. So Legion doesn't need it except Rhapsody, but that doesn't matter at all. And Hellborn, they have enough jump, so they don't really need it either.
Yeah. Well, don't see it here, so. But we'll probably see it in future games is where you're getting at.
Yeah, I think so. It's just that when there's a team,
it's
going to be showing up.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to definitely see how that item grows once again after the changes that happened to it. But, man, look at Wretched Hag. Another 2,600 gold saved up. Already has a Shrunken Grimoire. Has her strong combo good to go. Souls Bulwark, obviously, he's been on Drunken Master for a little bit. Arcana, second Arcana just finished by Limp, so very close to that Hellflower that you were talking about there. And they're going to push top now, actually. So we'll see how Sync determines to fight against this. If they do, it doesn't look like it. They're at a point of, we cannot fight them at our towers. We just need to counter push and maybe defend at the base. So I think is what we're going for.
Sync is, or BMG is smart here, they're going to try to set up, but I just noticed that Limp doesn't have a TP, so they're just going to go for the base push, I think.
Yeah. Middle tower push. So here we go. It's decision time for Sync especially. Okay, we already see Pharaoh porting back. So yeah, they're definitely going to be defending right here. the best that they can at least. But here we go. Double damage on a Wretched Hag, pushing it in. Still has that actually for another 30 seconds here. So that's something to keep in mind for Sync Esports as well, in terms of having to deal with that if you fight, which is apparently not going to happen. As soon as they see Malik import in, they're like, see ya, we're out of here.
Yeah, they don't really have to fight, as none of them is like even close to max items. Like they can get so much more, as the Hellfire is almost there on Meraxes. I don't think they're gonna try to go before that. And also, as you can see, Hag has 3.3k gold. He's probably gonna get a new item soon, also before they go.
Yeah. Yeah, Wretched Hag 5-0-9 hero kill stats. Again, Fuzi obviously has had a big game here. On top of just the farm that he's brought to the table. Conqueror, what about Conqueror, Super KG? You think you like the Conqueror change, or specifically the token, of course? Change it to 5 minutes?
Yeah, I think it makes the teamfights, like, you need to be starting teamfighting a lot earlier, because else, like, most of the times, everyone, like, got the token, and then they farmed until it was, like, 2 minutes, and then they went in to push and try to get a teamfight. But now, you don't have the time to farm. You can maybe go get, like, clean your jungle for a whole round, and then you need to do something after that because the time is, like, too short. So I think it's pretty good.
Does it take away from the impact of Conqueror? Do you think teams aren't going to look to do Conqueror less now because of that change?
No, I don't think that at all. No.
Still worth it?
Yeah, it's obviously worth it because the token is just too good.
Oh, look at that return damage from Parasite. He takes over his own model. They're going to be fine. That was a jump attempt on a Parasite, and it's just backfired immensely. And, you know, obviously the unfortunate part of it, too, Mickey actually missed the initial charge right there. Or maybe he did actually hit it, but anyways, it just didn't work as well. Malikin is going to try to hold his ground right here. He says, screw it, I got to try for something. He turns around, and the Ultra 4 goes for the auto attacks, but not nearly enough. And I think we could be seeing those GGs coming out from Sync in the near future, because here comes that all-out push now. They do have buybacks, I guess, on at least Malikin here, but will that actually matter in the end, especially if Pharaoh also gets caught out now? Although he does have a buyback too, so maybe they are going to still fight here. But here's that Conqueror possible attempt.
Yep, this is going to be a Conqueror, and then after that, hopefully they're going to go for the Minotaur and just get that, and then go back to farming for the last seconds, get hacks on Fuzi, and maybe a PK or something on Hand. I'm not too sure what it's going to pick up. Also, Racken used to buy back there for really late, so I think that was a complete waste.
No, that was from earlier, I believe.
Was it? You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was from an earlier buyback, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he didn't even die there.
Okay, I see. He just TP'd out because I saw him running from the Hellborn base, so I thought he was bought back there.
Nope. Conqueror goes down, though. Wretched Hag picks up the token, and again, it's obviously Sync's now. Yet again, they're still even further down the spot of, well, we'll give it one last go, but, you know, what are the ultimate chances of actually having a comeback here? Very, very minimal.
Yeah, they need a Pharaoh ulti on 5, Kraken ulti on all that, and then Flensmeister hitting them all down one by one.
That easy.
Yeah, that
make
easy.
it happen. Come on. Yeah, again, though, obviously a lot easier said than done, especially when you're dealing against new items on the Legion side, such as a Sheep Stick on a Wretched Hag, Demonic Breastplate on a Drunken Master. You got a Shrunken Head probably in the works for Meraxes with that Hellflower. And as you said, what did Parasite end up going for?
For who?
Handskin, yeah, Parasite.
He bought a tablet.
Was it a tablet? Okay, yeah, it's being delivered here. Okay. Yes, sir, you are correct. So how's that coming out, too? As far as another item goes. Yep.
Also pretty fun thing, Yuri just wrote to me that Handskin was a part of every single kill until recently, I think. It's been a part of...
Yeah, 23 or 24.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty good.
That's pretty solid stat line to have there. That is, especially with, 24 kills, not too shabby at this time in the game. That's talk about being
he's been
active.
doing great this game. And
well, there's another one. They find a Torture, and that ends up being an easy kill as a result. Actually, he didn't get an assist for that one, did he? Haha, so now there's one too. Tower goes down, though, and into the base. We see BMG going to be going, so once again, Sync Esports, this is a kind of last stand moment. Malikin, he takes a Sheep Stick right there. He was thinking about going in. The wings are up on him. He misses a sword throw completely on anyone there, and just kind of pokes in a little bit. So obviously, as we've stated before, I mean, BMG, they're not in any rush necessarily. But they are going to knock on the door. The Wretched Hag with the token. 240 remaining on the token life. Here we go. Braxton jumps in. Malachi going to just be burned down to the ground. He does have a buyback. Can use it immediately. They're protecting Melody. Only going out for a second. The pull in with the release to Kraken. But again, it's just too damn late. BMG way too powerful here. Malachi coming back in. He's all golden and shrunken headed and everything. A beautiful sword throw actually landed right there with the ulti-form up. But they're just doing a good job of spreading his BMG. Great teamwork as well. Moraxis may get picked off in the end, but we do see a hat trick for Fuzi, and I have a feeling it's just starting right here. He's getting more assists. He may die, but again, he has a token. Doesn't really matter. There we go, KGE. There's the game. Game number 1 will go to Bad Monkey Gaming over Sync Esports here in the Nvidia 5 vs 5 Cup Grand Final. So congratulations, BMG. At that point, obviously, although an entertaining fight, BMG, again, they just really show their items and whatnot. A little too strong there.
Yeah, I feel the same way. They had a bit too much farm, a few pretty good team fights for them early, a lot of pickups by Hamskin, so that made really a big impact in the game. Hamskin is, I think, it's going to be MVP of this game for sure.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun to see what